morning again. Good morning, Maureen and Dragon's Heart. Good morning. And anybody else who's on Twitch, and good morning, Carla. So, again, chance to just start the morning listening to the cards like they're the sound of waves. Reminding ourselves to take that breath during the day and shoulders droop. You know, I was just sitting here thinking, when talking about the tarot, people, you know, do people take it serious and all this other stuff? But it's like, I talk about how everything's an omen. Maybe the way a person walks into a room, just by the way they sit down. Do they lean forward? Do they lean back? It's all the classic stuff, you know, that you can think about. But it all means something. And the importance of doing like a meditation in the morning and things like that. Because I've been doing this, and now I'm coming up on a year anniversary of doing this. But it's forced me to get up early. It's made me go to bed earlier. So it does have an influence. You know, anything that we can apply to our lives that's positive can have an influence. I know that when I've gone to bed late and woke up, kind of dragging to come in here and do the tarot, definitely affects how I feel. So this has been one of those really positive things. Taking that moment for ourselves. Whether it's doing exercise, which doing exercise, yeah, that's not me. Or whatever. It's just good to remember. Because everything else in our outside lives influence our inside lives. And this has been a positive thing. So, what have we got going on today? What is the universe saying? Why am I being so... What would the word be? See here. So contemplative. Don't know. I just know I've been sitting here for 15 minutes listening to the cards. Just letting whatever thoughts come in. And that's the other thing about the tarot, is not filtering ourselves. You know, we talk about intuitive reading there, Dragonheart, and it's about not filtering. I'm going to say that's what intuition is. Is not filtering ourselves. For good, for bad, or anything else. Throughout the day. That can't be. Anytime I say, that can't be, I'm filtering myself. So, let's see where we are. What's in the white box? What's in the box? Okay, Carla's asking what's in the box. I'm using it to weigh down. I'm using it to weigh down a magazine. But what is in the white box, she's asking. I think I can answer that. What else would there be? All the other decks that I don't pull out, as well as I've got a whole other stacking over there, but I'm using this box to weigh down this magazine, which it's a beautiful cover. So April 3rd, 1920. So that, and I was just making sure, getting that to press down a little bit. So, that is what's in the box. Okay. Yeah, collecting tarot cards is like collecting guitars. It's like, how many can I use at one time? Okay. I know. Yes, yes. It's a beautiful magazine. Actually, I have two of them. It's a magazine I'd searched for like 2.5 years, almost 3 years to find. Because as you can see on my wall, I've got the original Saturday Evening Post from 1920, and I collect stuff like that. And I lucked into two of them. After 2.5 years of searching, I lucked into two of them in the past 2 months. And so I'm going to, that's going to go to somebody else. Somebody I know. So, now let's start this whole thing. What a good morning. I feel good this morning. I don't know why. Okay. So, here we have our stack. Divided into 3. Each one of these a thread going out to the universe. Each thread being a different thought. Each thread a different conversation. This is where the intuition comes in. It's, what do we want to look at today? And you know, I was talking about intuition and just not filtering. As Sherlock Holmes said, and I love reading, but Sherlock Holmes in one of his books says something along the lines of, we see but we do not observe. And he gives the example of, we walk up our stairs every day, and yet we have no clue how many steps we actually take. So we see the stairs, but we do not observe. So I'm going to go with the top here, because that seemed to be the theme for the day. And I'm going to do my 3-in-1. Take that breath. Let the shoulders relax. And Queen of Cups. So this is all about the emotions. The Queen is holding some gift in her hand. And again, that cup can be filled with a million things. And it's not going to be jewels, and it's not going to be riches. It's going to be spirituality, or all the influences that water can have, love, everything else. Let's see, though. And we have the Page of Coins, who's observing her, probably learning from her. So again, court cards can be us, can be other people or situations. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. But they're both staring so intently towards the past. They're not seeing change that's coming. So coins are, they can be health, they can be about money, finances, they are earth sign. So they're all the things about being grounded in the earth. And a page is somebody who's young and willing to learn. And that's why it looks like he's intently following whatever eyes the Queen is looking at. And she's looking at this stack here. And this stack is just full of all possibilities. But let's see what the advice card says, because it looks like change is coming and maybe they've got their back towards it. We have the Six of Cups. Sixes are about harmony. They're about things, improvement. So you're just past the fives, which are always a challenge. And so when you move into the sixes, it's a chance to take that breath. It's a chance to breathe in. The Six of Cups, it's a chance to maybe, because we have, the two rows of 3 here. We have a spare set of 3s now, and 3s are growth. 3s are about working with somebody and sharing. And so now we're back to we've grown from the 3s and now we're at the 6s. And so here we're talking about what change is coming up. And to reflect on the positive things that we've had. Because if you look at Pamela Coleman Smith's card, just as a reference, the 6, it shows like one child giving another child a cup. They're reminiscing. It's about, it reflects on the past, reminiscing on the past. And so that's a good example of what we're doing here. We can see that maybe it's a day of being, gratitude where, we have the Queen of Cups, where there's this positive feeling of spirituality and emotion. And then we have the Page of Coins, Earth of Earth. It's all about that connectiveness with the ground and the earth. It actually, you're very right. The 6 of Cups does look like a banquet table, Maureen. That's a great way of thinking about that. That's fantastic. See, that's why I do this. There's something that I can get from it. And that is, since you said that, I'm always going to see that as a banquet table now. So, thank you. Because that's a perfect analogy. Wow. So, when we kind of ground ourselves and we try and see all that positive stuff, we're preparing ourselves for change. We don't know what change is going to happen, but change happens. We don't know if it's good or bad or indifferent. But the one thing we do control is, we can't control people, places, and things. We can't control how other people feel. We can't control how other people look at us. But the one thing we can just ask ourselves is, am I okay with where I am today? And that's what it looks like. They're examining the past, whether it's old or new, reflecting on all those things, and again, I'm just going to throw this out here that this is a treasure chest right here of all our past experiences, because they say that the tarot is a book of cards. I mean, it's a book of life. That's why it's called Thoth, the book of life. And they're both staring intently at that stack. And change is inevitable. So it's almost asking, it's like, are we okay with ourselves, looking at our past, ready for change? Because again, it's not saying what the change is going to be, but life is full of change. And this is our chance to just take that moment, take a breath, relax. What are the positive things that we want to take forward as the wheel spins around? What is the positive things we want to take with us? Because when the wheel spins around, it's a whole brand new journey. We don't want to go kicking and screaming. We have these positive influences that we can take with us. So as we change, as we go down a different path, what are the things we're going to take with us? Because if we think about it, this is just saying that change is coming. I mean, it's the one major. And it's just asking us to prepare. Or as a friend of mine always said, life is full of, life is full of crises. It's just the last one that you don't survive. So, Maureen, thanks for that banquet. I mean, you're absolutely right. I love that. We got our centerpiece right here. Beautiful analogy. And everybody else, thank you again very, very much. And yeah, life is, life is all about change, going down a different road. It's just what baggage are we going to take with us? It's a good time to contemplate. So, with that, I will be here again tomorrow. And I hope everybody here has an amazing day, an amazing week. Carly, you are so welcome. And so 7:15, I will talk to you all later. Thanks again. Thanks for giving me the inspiration. Take care, everybody.